One thing that's helped me through these times, because, been through bear markets before, as have you, David, and I'm wondering if this could help some of the Bankless listeners, is all of you guys are probably going through like the 5 stages of grief here, right? Like you got the denial phase, you've got the anger phase, bargaining, depression, acceptance is the last phase. And you probably oscillate between some of these early phases, like back and forth in a given day. Like sometimes you're denying it, sometimes you're angry, sometimes you're like, well, it's not so bad. And then sometimes you're just straight out depressed. One thing I think we can help you with is getting to that end stage, which is the acceptance stage. And that's the stage you want to be in if you're going to get productive again. To get to that stage, you have to accept some hard truths. And I think one of those hard truths is you mentioned earlier, David, you're fully ready to capitulate, and we're in a full-on bear market right now. Mm-hmm. That's getting to the acceptance phase. And I just want to say this out loud for people. We are in a bear market right now. Mm-hmm. Things will get worse before they get better. This will take a while. Okay? Hear us when we're saying this. We are in a bear market. Things will get worse for a while, and it could take a while. Now, once you've accepted that, then you can get to a phase where you can be productive again. And one of the decisions you have to make if you accept that truth and that reality is, what do I do? What do I do with my crypto portfolio? And you have kind of 3 options ahead of you. Number 1, you just sell it and leave crypto. My conviction's gone. If we're entering sort of a very sad global state, I'm better off with like food and supplies and shelter and gold. I don't know what you're going to do with your money, but maybe something else. Maybe that's an option for you, right? The second thing people could do is trade the pumps and the dips, right? So they see these and they're like, it's dipping. Now's the time to buy. And then they sell it, goes up another 200, 300, they sell. I think a lot of people choose to do that. The third thing you can do is just hold through the pain, all right? Of course, do the first one if you're not convicted on crypto, right? It's like, and again, I think holding through a bear market requires conviction. You can't get conviction through listening to someone like David or myself. You have to develop that on your own. So if you don't have conviction, maybe number 1 is the right option. It's not an option for me. I do have a tremendous amount of conviction in this asset class, so that's not the one I chose. But a lot of people who have conviction in the asset class, they default to 2, where David, they start like trying to trade the dips and the pumps, and they try to think they can make money on that. Right. So many people in these bear market scenarios get wrecked by that, David.
If you do not know that you are a trader, then you're not a trader.
Don't do it. That's what I'm saying. So I'm kind of encouraging the Bankless audience to be very careful before they start trying to trade these dips and the pumps and that sort of thing. If you're good at that game, maybe you could do it, but most people, 95% of people, should not be playing that game. And so you come to acceptance in the third option, which is just hold through the pain. You just hold through the pain. You have conviction. And if you decide to hold through the pain, there's some things you can do for your mental health right now, okay? One of the things you can do is delete your price apps for a bit. All right? Stop checking daily, hourly, every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes. Stop doing that. Mm-hmm. That is not good for your dopamine levels. All right? It's not good for your psychological health. It's not going to help you if what you're deciding to do is holding through the pain anyway. You're not going to trade any of these moves. So why check it? Number 2, I think you can start working on yourself a bit more. And maybe this means hitting the gym. Maybe this means reading some books that you have on economics, on philosophy, on history. Maybe this means learning to code. There's so many disparate skills that crypto requires to be really good. And you can draw these out and you can start learning them during the bear market. The third thing is you can go build something. David, you mentioned, you and I started a podcast and a newsletter, the last bear market. Mm-hmm. Maybe art. NFT scene is going to come back. It's going to boom again. Maybe learn to code. Maybe get into a community. We talked about layer 2s being incredible opportunities for the future. Maybe you decide to join governance in one of these layer 2 ecosystems. That opportunity is in front of you. It's way less crowded. There's way more signal. Go do that. Number 4, you can level up. All right? Forget price. Just learn about the new DeFi protocols. David, you put out a great alpha leak episode on Volt's protocol. How much do you know about interest rate swaps, guys? Because I don't know a ton, but I can level up through Bankless content and start to use some of these DeFi protocols. And then number 5, I think you get to a place in acceptance, you start doing these things where you're like, okay, it's not over. It's not actually over. Everyone in crypto went through this before. This is how you earn the crypto appreciation. People think you get lucky with prices of crypto going high in a bull run. You do, but you also don't. This is very much about your ability to hold through these deep, dark crypto winters. And that to me is how you get out of this. This is what I did the last bear market, and I came out with more conviction, stronger than ever, incredibly excited about the future.
No, I think those are some fantastic bits of advice, Ryan. And just to add on more clarity and color to that, my mental health is actually bad in bull markets. Like
Like
things
Spencer.
things are noisy. They're hard to reason about. I'm confused. I can't look away from crypto Twitter. My attention is being pulled in every single direction. And what a bear market is a bear market is a return to fundamentals. And you can apply that same lesson to your own psychology and your own personal well-being. Take this opportunity to take a step back, go touch some grass, go exercise. Because if you are exercising, it's hard to have bad mental health. There's a connection between these two things. And then just zoom out and think about not the forced 1 to 4 week time frame perspectives of the bull market, but the 1 to 4 year perspectives of the bear market. And that is how you maintain your sanity. And so just to reiterate what Ryan said, what do you want to get done in the next 1 to 4 years? Do you want to get fit and get out there and see the sunlight and get away from crypto Twitter?
Get away from screens.
And if you need help gaining conviction about what we're here to do in this space, get educated. Understand why we're going through a bear market. Understand Federal Reserve and monetary policy and the choices that they're doing. Understand the history of fiat currencies and the choices that nations have made to manage those things, to get a long-term perspective and to prepare yourself and your family and your loved ones and your bags for the future. And just so again, zoom out. Get rational, get sober. The bull market's over. We got it's time. The hangover's here. And so as soon as we can skip forward, like you said, into that acceptance phase, we can start to actually plan for the future and rebuild ourselves, our portfolios, and our industry.
There you go, guys. I hope that was helpful to some of you listening who are feeling the pain right now. That's how David and I get through it and cope, and how many crypto investors do as well. Many of the OGs that you hear about in crypto.
The people that stick around do these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, head over to Bankless HQ right now to develop your crypto investing skills and learn how to free yourself from banks and gain your financial independence. We recommend joining our daily newsletter, podcast, and community as a Bankless Premium subscriber to get the most out of your Bankless experience. You'll get access to our market analysis, our alpha leaks, and exclusive content, and even the Bankless token for airdrops, raffles, and unlocks. If you're interested in crypto, the Bankless community is where you want to be. Click the link in the description to become a Bankless Premium subscriber today. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for in-depth interviews with industry leaders, Ask Me Anythings, and weekly roll-ups where we summarize the week in crypto and other fantastic content. Thanks everyone for watching and being on the journey as we build out the Bankless Nation.